Now, the Israeli military has said that Israel has more sites to target in Iran, including Tehran. Now, a week has passed, they say, since the operation began, and Defense Forces, and I quote, "We are strengthening our air control in the region and advancing our air offensive. We have more sites to strike in Tehran, western Iran, and else other places," unquote. This is from the Israeli military spokesman, Brigadier General Effie Defrin, during a briefing. Now, he also added that the Israeli Air Force struck selected sites related to the Iranian nuclear program, targeting military missile production plants and sites that produce raw materials used in missile engines. In fact, airstrikes had reached into the city of Rasht on the Caspian Sea early on Friday, Iranian media reported. So, Israeli military had warned the public to flee the area around Rasht's industrial city, southwest of city's downtown. But with Iran's internet shut off to the outside world, it's unclear just how many people could see the message. That's the breaking news we have right now, viewers. Iranian strike continue on had been once again launched on Beersheba. Meanwhile, we have Israeli Air Forces also striking. Let's take a listen into the Israeli Air Force. And in fact, my colleague Ratnadeep Chaudhary is also there, Republic TV's only channel, reporting from the war zone. Here's a ground report showing the aftermath from Israel's commercial capital.
I'm currently standing in Bnei Brak, which is an ultra-Orthodox town located 3 to 4 kilometers from Tel Aviv. A direct Iranian missile hit this town 3 to 4 days back, and you can see behind me most of the buildings were affected, and there was a school which is located right opposite to me for disabled students where over 300 students study, and the school was also affected. You can see clearly what we have shown in the other videos, that this is also one of the civilian areas which was impacted, and almost all the missiles that were targeted by the Iranian regime has only been targeted on civilian population and civilian areas.
Meanwhile, Republic is the only channel reporting from the war zone. My colleague Nick is also continuing to get us more updates from the city of Tel Aviv. Take a look.
So this is a residential area here. This is a residential area, and you can see the skyscrapers were the target of the Iranian ballistic missile, and it can still collapse. And see here also behind me, this is one of the residential buildings where people also living, and it's completely destroyed. See how much the damage is just from one rocket. All the skyscrapers around, all of them almost completely destroyed, and there is now some danger that it can collapse, and that's why we can't stay here. But just see how big the damage. Behind me you can see the targets of the Iranian missiles. You can see that those are skyscrapers where people are working, people are living, and tens of thousands of people should come here today in the morning. But fortunately, just before the day started, the work day, the rocket hit the ground, and that's why there are so many casualties as it could be if the rocket would hit just a bit after that. Israel just yesterday released the restrictions, and cafes, restaurants, offices, workplaces could be open if there is a bomb shelter that they can reach in time after the alert. There are several minutes to reach the bomb shelter. And here the security forces ask us all the time to leave the area because it's not safe. Those skyscrapers can collapse, and it's not stable here, and also there's underground metro stations, and that's why the ground also can maybe collapse. And how extensive is the damage just from one ballistic rocket of Iran. And you can see that Iran targets civilian residential areas, business areas, but there are no military targets here, no military bases, no strategic targets here. It's a residential area, and that's where Iranians are sending their missiles for almost a week. Here behind me you can see how extensive is the damage just from one rocket, and we need to go downstairs because it is really dangerous, and the soldiers tell us that we need to go more down. But see the damage to the skyscrapers here are around thousands of people supposed to go to a work. People are living here, people still in shock, and they are rescued. The army and the security forces try to understand how many people still could be survived, but now we need to go. Yeah, you see the police tell us that we need to go, and we are going together because it's dangerous here. And you can see that the police are nice. They just tell us for our life it's better to move because it's really dangerous to be there. You can see how extensive is here the damage just from one rocket.